I am Selector Shigg, about to break down these bars, turn this up a notch, then chop it up, watch me work.
Turn me up!
We be going overtime. We be going overtime.
What them haters are saying. Tell me what you want. They gon' make me ride on this one, nigga.
We be going overtime.
Get 'em.
We be going overtime. We be going overtime. Take it. We be going overtime. We be going
Tell me what you want,
overtime.
baby.
We be going overtime.
Y'all gon' make me come out of this.
Chop it up. Chop it up.
Chop it up, bro.
Chop it up.
All right, y'all. What's going on? It's your boy Sos Dior on this next episode of Chop It Up. We got my man Shigg in the building. We about to break down some bars. On Built Different. All right, let's get to it.
Let's work.
All right, so Shigg, where do you want to start?
It's from the top.
From the
Start
top.
from the top.
Start from the top.
All right, here we go.
Said I couldn't kill some niggas. Guess what? Guess that means I can't kill no bitches neither. So what should I spit about today? Should I spit about cars? Nah, I already did that 100 times and them songs go hard. Should I spit about my fashions? Not interested. I'm an F, I'm speaking to a common and they can't comprehension. I tell them see what homicidal tendency. Deliver package to your bedroom that will cover your needs. It's crazy, probably really what you were thinking. With your life ain't up working at a Walmart feeding clucks and itching. While you stay wishing upon a star in 2017, still get erections that will slap your coat. You think you birthed me, but you recollect and served you wrong. Numbers that I pulled is from hard work and all the years of love.
Alright, so fine. Hold on, King. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, Lord. Hold up, bro. Oh, man. Oh. You was talking about the election. Why wait, hold up. Can we rewind a little bit?
Yeah.
Can we rewind a little bit and go back and hear that one more time? That whole scheme was crazy.
Yeah.
Besides the bars in the scheme.
I'm interested. I'm speaking to a common and they can't comprehension. I tend to be like them see what homicidal tendencies. Deliver package to your eardrum that will cover your needs. It's crazy, probably really what you were thinking. With your life ain't up working at a Walmart feeding clucks and itching. Riches figured while you stay wishing upon a star in 2017. Still get erections that will slap your coat. You think you birthed me, but you recollect and served you wrong. Numbers that I pulled is from hard work and all the years of love. A savage beast waiting patiently at a moment's notice. Let's continue the escapade after we hit the chorus. A savage beast waiting patiently at a
Phenomenal wordplay, bro. Phenomenal wordplay. Phenomenal wordplay.
savage beast waiting patiently at a moment's notice. The cryptic setup. My setup the coldest that you have ever seen. Split your spleen, leave your entourage and I'll scalp you clean. Tonight the night you got your ratings crossed. Mr. Bean Vanilla.
That's crazy.
Has been gone about a century.
Hold up. Wait. We gotta see that first bar of the second verse. Bro, you said the spleen. Hold on, you gotta do that again. Watch this. What this is called. I like that setup there.
Yeah.
Split your spleen, leave your setup. My setup the coldest that you have ever seen. Split your spleen, leave your entourage and I'll scalp you clean.
No, that's crazy. See, you split the spleen while you down here, while you scalp. That's up here. So talk to me about that, bro. What was that? Crazy.
My setup is cold because, like, most artists when they come out, they only focus on like one song as they're coming out. They work on a single, or they work on 2 singles, they work on 3 singles. Some might even drop an album. But the difference between me and them is when I dropped this year, I already have 17 albums done. But to drop 2, 3, 4 albums at once, and not only that, like, I'm dropping the podcast, I'm dropping my motivational section, which is 60 seconds with Sos. Like, I'm dropping so many different things that, like, my setup hasn't been done before like that. So, like, when I drop, people are gonna be like, yo, who is this guy? And then they gonna be like, oh shit, he did all this?
Right.
So my cold up is so, like, it's so crazy that, like, by the time they even catch on to who I am, they're like, damn, bro, he just dropped 13 albums. What the fuck? Like, they gonna be like, damn, bro, like, my hat's off. Like,
they're looking at the spleen.
You know what I'm
you
saying?
scalped it up here, right?
Yeah, I scalped them so clean that they just like, damn, bro, nobody can touch him. Like, it's on a whole nother level. Like, from video production, shooting the music videos. Like, most people, they lucky if they got 2, maybe 3 videos. We're already shot 45. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got 30 between now and the next month. So, like, in total, we got 75 videos out within a matter of like 6 to 9 months. So, like, when you have an artist that hits the scene that cold, where you've got 75 music videos, 13 albums dropping, a podcast, a clothing line, like, I scalped them clean to the point you can't say nothing. You can't say I'm a one-hit wonder, because you'll be like, damn, the nigga just dropped 13 albums. How the fuck are you a one-hit wonder?
Right.
Like, it's so cold that they ain't seen that before, and they like, damn, bro, like, my hat goes off because you done did everything. Like, you hit them with East Coast, West Coast, down south music,
bars.
EDM music, lyrically bars, like
Bars.
It's the coldest setup that they've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? So it's just.
And you saying them inside your bars, though. That's what's cold. You saying them inside that. That's the code how you set it up. Because you got a lot of assemblies and entendres in this shit. Like, I'm going to break it down. Let's finish hearing this. We're going to break down the 5 qualities that makes these bars work.
Vanilla ice baby, has been gone about a century. You battling me and showing your desert on the record. Press accordingly the innocent development to withstand and do. Decapitate your lungs, leave soulless hearts in a way. Leave your rigor mortis body doing the Harlem shake. Records breaking, I still make countless hits. Best record up against mine. Let's look at numbers, kid. And for the record, never had a soft I'ma make America great again and watch the whole nation for pain jump. I feel like Pizza Hut, my sourdough keeps rising. Now you feeling stuck without a crash. No millionaire to lend a hand. Let me say it once again. The critics said it.
I'll be pausing too much, bro. I'll be having you pause too much. So, man.
I'm with it.
Oh, bro, that whole second, last of the whole second verse, bro, was cold. How you did that, bro? How you controlled that idea with that, man? It's about the election in 2004. That was crazy. Pretty dope, man. I want to list the 5 things, man, that most MCs should write. This is what I see this brother writes with, and a lot of the top writers are golden MCs. You know, they have believability. And you show a lot of that believability in your music. Plus, your cadence is dope. Your cadence is real dope, man. I like how sometimes you'll go off beat on purpose to go right back on there, to throw that triple syllable word up in there. Fucking crazy how you do that. That's another thing, is creativity. You're very creative with your shit. The command. Now this is important, man, the command. Commanding is knowing what to do, how to say it, when to throw the punch, when to drag the idea, to control the idea all the way through, man. You show excellent high quality in that shit too. Plus, my favorite part, this is everybody's favorite part, is the wordplay making. How you can create situations for the wordplays through the angles that you're using. You got some cold angles. I know I'm dropping too much jewels. I ain't trying to drop all that stuff on my man.
Now I get to him.
But that's exactly the qualities that I see. That's the things that make me go and rewind and find there's more to find in MC. Shout out to Logan Bucks for that. So go ahead, brother. Let's go back to that. Let's go back.
So you want to go back to cryptic, or you?
No, I want to hear hieroglyphics. Man, hold on, every day. Let's go to let's keep it in order. Keep it in order.
Okay.
Yeah, who makes all your beats for you, bro?
So this project actually was produced by Ready Ron Beats. He's out of New York.
You can tell all the scratching and all that.
Yeah.
You can tell all the influence.
Yeah, he's a true East Coast boom bap producer. You know, and so like that's why. So I have full on albums that are releasing, which are produced by myself and other producers, which are like my legacy albums. But with that being said, or like what I call my personal albums, then I have there's 6 albums that were produced by one producer only. So right now, Built Different, the whole album was produced by Ready Ron Beats.
And that's the one that...
that's the one we're listening to right now. There's Sapphire, which was produced by my producer out of Chicago by the name of Cloud9. Shout out Cloud9.
Wow, easy. Wow.
So he produced that one. I got another album called Madness, which was produced by Swisher Beats out of Texas. And so I have these
dotting the whole nation with this producing this production.
So like, so my sound is very different. Lyrically, what I talk about on each of them is different. But that's what makes all those projects unique, because I could have just sprinkled those songs on different albums, but what I wanted to do is showcase like, hey, like I can go in the studio with any producer and I can create a project from beginning to end that is just flavor after flavor, and I can work with anything that they do. So it's not like, you know, sometimes you get a producer who produced like one track and you're like, hey, I like this one track and that's it. But to go into a studio session with a producer and produce an entire project that is dope from beginning to end, that's a hard thing to do. So what I was doing was really showcasing, hey, I can work with an East Coast producer. Here's what it sounds like. I can work with a down south producer. Here's what it sounds like. I can work with a East European. Like I've worked with seven different producers out of Europe. But to be able to have different styles and flavors where like you still go, man, that could be a single, that could be a single, that video dope, that video is dope. To have those type of producer-based projects. I got another guy, I'm totally forgetting, it's my project called DNA, which was produced by DNA he's out of South Africa. That album is raw, like there's 17 tracks on that project, like, and they're all raw. Wait till you hear that project.
You mentioned before that each region, I'm gonna say, from each different producer or composer, it would make you or would influence the way you would write your lyrics. Even a guy in South Africa. So that's crazy how you do that. You gotta act, what is that? First of all, what is that? Something you can be influenced lyrically, regionally, which is amazing. I gotta know what that skill is. What is that? And what are your next things you're gonna be doing as far as what you are producing and stuff?
So I've produced songs on all of my legacy projects, but I liked working with different producers because I got different sounds. I got different, like, you know, like my producers out of Europe, they're more about like soul sampling, you know, whereas like you would never expect that, but they're probably the toughest when it comes to like soul samples and like their music selection. So I got songs like I have a song called Due Diligence that's on Passion and Disappointment. But yeah, man, like, I got a song that's called Still Alive. Bro, when you hear the vocals on that what's his name? Sorry, I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head, but his name's Greg Blackman. The song's called Still Alive. But I'll just play it for you real quick. I know we built different, but I gotta share this.
We're breaking down bars, bro.
Yeah, so
easy.
But this is a live singer out of Europe.
This is a celebration record.
Passion and Disappointment.
This is the Passion Disappointment project.
It's gonna bring tears to your eyes. Yes. It's 3 in the morning. And I'm in the studio making this record for all of y'all. I'm feeling good right now. Woo! Hey, the devil's trying everything to break you down. I came out from our gutters, expected to do real numbers. I did this for something like 10 summers. I was 10 years strong before I came. With critics that forget them, that I was the one to blame. Once I blamed couple careers and had a couple artists eating, and everybody now is still sleeping. Wake up. And everybody's still hating the kid. Boy, I stay up on my grind, and I did this for the biz. It's time for me to be up. It's time for me to take over. It's time to do this like I never left, like I'm over. I'm doing for these kids everywhere. Camden gotta grow up, he gotta eat a couple years. Listen, I'm back up on my grind. I do this for the second time. I never should have stopped. I never should have pressed rewind. I came up from the grind, and I'ma do it again. Friend to foe, I hope y'all was listening. Break the record.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like he's that's a singer by the name of Greg Blackman.
Dope.
Out of Europe. But
That's
you know what I'm saying?
dope
So
sound
like
too.
you know, but he's got that soulful feel that you think he was from like the East Coast somewhere, you know what I'm saying? But he's out of Europe.
Right.
But to bring that, like, you know, from the culture perspective, it was like, man, like the dude is just, he's phenomenal. When I heard it, I was like, yo, like we got this is game over. But that's off of Passion Disappointment. But yeah, so really,
has that song been released?
No. So all this is releasing. So Passion Disappointment is my legacy project that like I produced some of the tracks on.
Right.
Like I produced a song called The Recipe, but that like. That's a whole nother project, but yeah, so Built Different, Sapphire, Madness, Lost Files, those are all my projects that were producer-based projects, and then the DNA project, those were all produced by one individual producer from beginning to end, and then my legacy projects, like I produced some of the tracks, but I also worked with other producers like Cloud9. He has a couple songs on like my legacy project, but I also have an album specifically that he produced the entire thing.
Interesting, brother.
So that's why I have so many projects. That's why there's 17 projects, because I had my 10 albums of just where I produced on all of them, and then I had all the separate albums where those were just producer-based albums, and that's why I have 17 projects that are about to release.
I want to go sideways a little bit with this stuff, brother.
Yeah.
How do you prepare your lyrics? Because this gentleman right here, he's one of them gentlemen that can like think him up in this. He can explain how he prepares his lyrics.
It's just off the dome, it's organic, you know, like.
Yeah. Which is amazing.
Yeah, because for me, sometimes I go off of the music itself, but sometimes like a producer will have the name of a beat, and I'll write the lyrics based off of the name that they entitled the beat. And so like. That's where a lot of my creativity comes from, is like either one, like I'll hear the beat and I already just have an idea or concept of where I want it to go, or, you know, they'll name the beat whatever. They could name it Killing Game, and I'll just write a whole song about Killing Game and take their beat the way that, and I don't ever go back and change their beat. If they produced it that way, I leave it intact the way that they produced it. I just find the best way possible to kill it the way that they produced it, because ultimately for me, I can go in the studio and be like, hey, take that snare, I'll do this, but that's not the creative input that made the beat what it was. So for me as an artist, I want the producer to be themselves, create it the way that they intended it to be, and my job is to go into the studio, hear what they did, and find the way to kill that song and make it a #1 hit. So every time I write a song, my goal is to make it a #1 hit, to where whether you hear Every Day or you hear Hieroglyphics, as soon as you hear it, it's like, nope, that's a single, that he killed it on that record, and that was the way that was intended to be.
Interesting.
Yeah, for me, like if I can't kill it, like, and I mean if I can't kill it, I won't write it. Like I won't even bother with it.
Put it on.
Because for me it's like, no, I want every song to be where from beginning to end lyrically it's on point. You get your wordplay, you get the lyrical phrases.
Yes.
Like the song is dope, you can dance to it, you can slap it in your car, like it has to have all that. If I can't do all that, I just can't do it.
Interesting, because I do feel that way about your music, especially the project that the only project that I had an opportunity to listen to. Did not know you had all these different projects, so can't wait to finish. Going through the library and listening to that, man. Your bars are crazy, interesting. I'm gonna be on the real, Brad. We gonna have to do that project show on a whole other show, because this is pretty much interesting, knowing the development of what it takes as a writer to write, and how you come up with the angles. Your angles, bro. You have to know that's probably your best point of your writing, is that what made you think that type of angle. And it's interesting. I want to dig a little bit deeper, especially when you say how you come up with the lyrics when you hear the beat, or how you get inspired to write something. It can be just something you thought of and it just catch you, or you can hear something, you can take a title. That's very interesting, and especially to come up with the angles after your inspiration. So that is something that I want to get into a little bit more, man.
Yeah.
Then we can get into that album. You know what I'm saying, my brother?
Okay.
So let's hear some more.
Let's hear it.
Man, it's crazy, man, with his bars, man. Hieroglyphics.
All right, yeah. So let's dive into hieroglyphics. So
We got
hieroglyphics. The actual name of the beat was Frisco Disco by Ready Ron Beats. I didn't feel the title of the beat really reflected like the idea behind the song. So on that one I did change the name of it. But
interesting.
Because when you listen to hieroglyphics, like, so the whole concept behind hieroglyphics was people see the artist they'll see the artist, like, you know, write the song, whatever, they make the music video. But what hieroglyphics is really about is saying, you got to know who Sos Dior is. You got to know, you got to be able to see my sign. And when you see my sign, regardless of whether you hear my name, you hear my voice, you see my sign and you know that's a Sos Dior track. You can see my, it's like, it's almost like my Batman, like it's a calling out in the sky where you can see the Sos Dior logo and you just, as soon as you see the logo, you're like, that motherfucker's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even have to, you don't have to, it doesn't matter what song, as soon as you see my sign, you know, hey, that bro, he's going, whatever he touches.
Get ready for this heat.
Hey,
right?
yeah, it's coming. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
Like,
yes, sir.
You know, so like, man, you know, people like my whole game plan was like, man, like the idea behind it was like, you know, people could get ready for a concert if I do a concert, and they got their Sos Dior sign out there, and they're just holding up the sign, and people be like, what the fuck is that? You don't know what this is? Oh yeah, you ain't ready. You don't know what you're getting into. So it's like my Batman calling, where it's really more like you got to check the hieroglyphics behind what you're listening to, because when you see this sign, you better know it's gone. Like you know, entertainment top notch, lyrics top notch, beat production top notch, everything that has my hieroglyphic sign on it. You know that you getting your money's worth, and you're gonna be entertained for whether it's 3 minutes, 7 minutes. If it's a show, you're gonna be entertained. Man, when I was in Canada,
that's crazy.
I had a tour called the Why You Hatin' Tour, and part of my tour, I actually performed 2 1-hour sets, and I still didn't even cover half my catalog that people wanted to hear. They would come to my show, and after the show is over, they'd be like, damn, Sos, why didn't you perform right now? Why didn't you perform this? And I'm like, dude, I got 15 albums out. I can't perform every song, so I'm trying to perform the ones I think you want to hear. But people were like, man, you got to do another show so I can hear you perform right now.
But maybe I get a
website. Like, so like,
top 100 songs you want me to perform something.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no real shit. Because like in my old catalog, I had 15 albums out, and like I performed 2 1-hour sets and still couldn't cover every song that people wanted to hear. Let alone my new catalog, which is 17 albums. We're talking like 200 plus songs in my new catalog. So imagine trying to go out and perform 300 plus songs, like.
Memorize.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you be there for a week just on some Sos Dior shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and so like, yeah, so like, you know, it probably would be to that point where it's really a matter of like, hey, just sitting down and saying, hey, fans, what do you want to hear? And I'll make the show based off what you want to hear, because the catalog's deep.
Yeah, you have a library
the catalog's deep.
Yeah, the Congress would be jealous of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, brother? Keep up the work, though, King.
Yeah,
keep up the work. Hieroglyphics. Hold on, before we get into that, man. Interesting that you changed the title to hieroglyphics and the explanation of why you did it. It's like that's like the name of a whole project.
Yeah.
That's interesting, man.
Yeah.
Especially, I've heard this song probably about 10 times already, y'all. Get ready to enjoy this shit.
Yeah.
This shit's fire.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Stop it a few times, though, bro.
Say stinky with the ink is vulgar in the metaphors. Infamous, the wilderness, the school knocking at your door. Silence the kilos. Bring patience to the fleet, though. No mushroom with the princess, but I will kill a piece, though. Forensics with the foreign. The stash my uncle and artesian with the shot. Infamous in my target. Adversaries unresponsive. Flow steady alarming news reporter on the SMX text. Said Sos got a loaf. Not mistaken for amateur melodic growth. No cancer. Never Like nemesis lines, we've all both captured. Sirens pop the ring out, sirens sing out. Blessed by the Enoch and wickedness with no bailouts. I'm locked in Nelly with the mouth, never slumped in a drought. When it's one fiesta mouses, I'ma shine no clouds. Silence obituaries, never playing with my dairy. Tuck 'em in, shut 'em down, everything else is contrary.
Right, bro. Really, we should have stopped every bar, but
Yeah.
we can run back. Go back and rewind and find this mortified, bro. Yeah. Shout out to my man, Crazy. That right there alone, bro. Ah! To the free throw.
What I meant by that was, you know what I'm saying? Like when you think about like the heavy dope dealers and stuff, like they're either out of Mexico or they're like Haitian. And so for me, what I was trying to say was musically, I feel like I'm that Haitian dope boy that like I got the best goods on the market. And so for me, it's like I'm trying to bring the Haitians out of the music business to where they be like, yo man, I gotta get Sos Dior on a fucking track because that he's killing it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You want a number one hit? I gotta get Sos Dior on the track. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's really about that vibe and collaboration. But ultimately, like, I'm trying to bring the best out of the game, and where people being like, yo, his music videos are crazy, his lyrical ability's crazy, the concepts and how he does this and that's crazy. Like, everything I touch has to be crazy, or else I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So like, really, what I was saying behind that line was, you know, I'm trying to bring the best of the best out. Like, I can't just work with like the mediocres. Like, if it's got my name on it, like my fans expect number one, top 10, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. And every record has to be that. There's no. That's why I said in the like one of the later bars. That's why I said I'm never slumped in a drought, because ultimately I can't be in a drought. Like, if you trying to take over the game and show people why you're the number one MC on the market, everything you touch has to be great. You can't have an off record. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you go into the studio, you have to have that mindset of, what is it going to take to make this record great? Not okay, not subpar, like, you know, hey, do I need a guitar track? Do I need another MC on this track? Do I need this? Do I need that? Because when you're trying to build to be great, that's what you're thinking about. It's not always like, hey, let me just rap over a beat and call it a song. Like, there's so much more that goes into it. Like, as I'm writing the song, I'm thinking of the visual to match the lyrics and to bring that video to life. Like, Hieroglyphics, the video. Okay, so y'all gotta understand. So, Hieroglyphics, like, I had the idea of the lyrical and where I was going with it, but ultimately, I also was thinking that, like, so in the video, I was repping Van City, because a lot of you guys don't know, my music career actually started in Vancouver in Canada. Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, I wanted to show my homage to my roots, even though I'm originally from Seattle. I wanted to show my homage to where like my rap career actually started and took off. So in Hieroglyphics, I started from my roots and was talking about, hey, I was repping Van City since day one. There was a store called Dip, D-I-P-T, shout out Dip. You guys know about the video about to come out. But I wanted to show homage to the true roots of Vancouver hip hop as well, which was Dip and the store. And so I literally teamed up with them. The whole entire video, I'm just rocking Van City gear. And so people would say, well, you're from Seattle, why are you repping Van City? And it's like, well, back then Seattle wasn't repping me. I went to Vancouver to blow up as a music artist. So I'm not only repping Seattle, I'm also repping Vancouver, Canada. And so
it's all Northwest hip hop.
It's all Northwest.
Right,
and so like
North, right.
Yeah, and so like that was why I thought it was important to showcase Van City in my wear, but it's also the store that created it, which is Dip, because ultimately Dip has been the foundation for hip hop artists and the culture in Vancouver.
Shout out to Dip, man. And bless Dip. Wasn't for Dip, we wouldn't have no sauce.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, let's put the 4 fingers to the forehead.
Yeah, you know, so, you know, shout out to Dip for doing their thing.
Facts.
And being a pioneer in the culture, because we need that. You know, we don't have stores like that in Seattle right now. You know, like, we have stores, but not stores that have been holding it down since 2000. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously, they influenced you all the way to the person who you are today.
Yeah, and
So,
they're still in their original location. There's their original brick and mortar. They ain't changed. They ain't changed up the swag in the store. It's you go in the dip, you get Van City gear, and that's what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Like they even rep Jim Jones and Cameron. They got they had this Diplomat's hat that I wanted to buy, but they won't sell it to me.
Mm-hmm.
But man, they really about their hip hop culture. Like they rep Dipset. They rep like all the real true pioneers of hip hop in that store, and that's like they even have artists that will fly in just to go there, and they take pictures with them, and they really hold it down for the city. And like that's what I'm about, is like I want people to realize like this isn't me just rapping because I want to rap. Like this is way deeper than that. Like this is about the culture. Starting off as a DJ, in '97 was doing my thing. Became a MC. Was working with people in Vancouver, all over Vancouver Island. I was in New York, so like my hip hop and DJ MC career has really elevated me to where I'm at, where I have New York influence, so I can spit lyrically like I'm from New York because I used to live there. But I also can spit from like the West Coast because I'm born in Seattle, but I also spit like I'm from Canada because my roots came from Canada when I first started coming out. So when you hear my records, that's why you don't get tired of it, because every record sounds very different, but you go, wait, that's the same artist, but you get a different version of me on every song, every record, and so forth. But
you can see that though. You could actually hear to see that now we have an explanation. We should do a re-listen. Right. We can hear all that again. Oh, that's pretty good that's out, brother. Right. That it's exposed to the world now, my beloved. Yeah. Is it off your shoulders and feel good, bro? Easy. Yeah, hieroglyphics is very dope, man. I'm Yoni. We gotta go. We only listen to a little bit. We still got that.
So peace though, forensics with the foreign. The stats my uncle and artesian with the shot. Never missing my target. Adversaries unresponsive. Flow steady alarm in the quarter on the SMX text. Said Sos got him. Not mistaken for amateur melodic flows. No cancer. Never reciting images lines. We've all flows captured. Sirens pop the ring out. Sirens sing out. Blessed by the this is no bailout. I'm Machiavelli with the mouth. Never slumped in a drought. When it's one BS ounces, I'ma shine no clouds. Silence obituaries. Never playing with my dairy. Tuck 'em in.
I gotta break that down. So
I haven't heard hieroglyphics in a minute. And now listening to I'm like, damn. I'm like, oh shit. I teach you with the shotty. Never missing my target. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man. That verse is
that's
cold.
Ain't it?
That verse is cold.
Cold, ain't it?
Yeah. And then like one of my lines I really like in that one, and nobody's probably gonna catch it, is I'm Akinelli with the mouth. And like people are gonna be like, what is he like? First off, you gotta know your hip hop to know even who Akinelli is. But when Akinelli came out with "Put It in Your Mouth" and how that song took off, for me, what I was saying there is like, I'm classic. Like my records are classic. Like
timeless.
You gonna be putting it up there with the Akinelli's "Put It in Your Mouth." You know what I'm saying? And like really, what I'm also saying metaphorically,
right.
I'm shoving this music down your motherfucking throat and making you swallow this shit.
That's the punchline. You know what I'm saying? Even catch another time.
Yeah. So I'm shoving this shit right down your throat. You know, I can accept it. You know what I'm saying? So like,
and you kept controlling that. Rewind that. Rewind it.
Rewind it, man.
But I told you, bro, we ain't gonna be able to get this done in this time.
Sirens sing out. Blessed by the Enoch and wickedness with no bailout. I'm Machiavelli with the mouth. Never slumped in a drought. When it's one BS ounces, I'ma shine no clouds. Silence obituaries. Never playing with my dairy. Tuck 'em in, shut 'em down. Everything else is contrary.
Shit.
Tuck 'em in.
Shut them down.
Everything else is contrary.
Right.
Yeah, put this shit to bed.
That's self-explanatory. Where's the camera? That's self-explanatory. I hope you got that. Wow.
Did you catch that, Jack?
Yeah, that's one of them ones that you got to rewind and find. There's more to find. That's one of them ones. It's one of my favorite ones that you got that I've heard on there. Lyrically, I'm into the lyrics.
Yeah.
And that right there was, every time I listen to it, I hear something else.
Yeah.
Dope.
Even for me, like, it's crazy because, like, yeah, I wrote it, yeah, I performed it, yeah, I shot the video for it. But even for me, like, there's just something about this record that every time I listen to it, like, it puts me in a, for lack of better words, a trance where you just get into it and, like, it hits you subconsciously, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those where, like, it's talking
and then
to you.
the angle
like,
you come at is
yeah.
That's why I'm quiet over here, because I'm just like, man, I'm soaking it up. It's you dissecting that beat, bro, and
yes,
you know, regurgitating it, like.
And we only in the first verse,
right?
Like, to go, like, from those different extremes that quickly,
right?
Like you said, being able to hold the concept and not lose sight of the concept,
right?
Like, yeah, man,
it was hard for MCs to do that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, cause they be all over the place. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm fucking a bitch in this line." The next line, they're like, "Oh, I'm shooting guns."
Right.
To keep you where they want you, so when you can set you up for something, a punch or a whole nother scene or something, and you really,
it's very controlled.
Really,
right.
Yeah, and the music video, I'll have to show it to you. But even the music video, like, it was very controlled, like, you know, the movements and, like, you know, it's almost kind of like subconsciously it puts you kind of in a trance of, like, you're hearing the lyrics, but you're not comprehending the lyrics. So when you're watching the video, you're like, oh, you know, he's out here repping his Van City, and you know what I'm saying? You know, but it was shot in Seattle, so, like, you're like, oh wait, I know where that is, and you're like, oh, but he's repping Van. Like you start seeing all the visuals. You see Reddy Ron in the video, and, you know, Ron's like, you know, and you know, he's, you know, kind of got his, you know, his gold grill, and so, you know, he kind of smiles a little bit. But so you're seeing all of those things, but abstractly, subconsciously, the lyrics is taking you somewhere else. So, like, when you put it all together, man, it was a beautiful thing.
So there is a video for that.
Yeah, there's a video for it. Yeah. So
that's gonna be released at a later.
No. So Built Different will be releasing no later than March 1st.
So March 1st, they'll be able to see the video.
Yep.
And
Built Different,
the album and see. So I mean, you have a video. How many of these songs in this album do you have a video for?
Right now, there's 3 videos. Every Day, which is Reddy Ron and Golden. Hieroglyphics, which is me and Reddy Ron. And then the 3rd video is called War, which is the last track on here. But I have a song on here that was a late addition called Hip Hop. That wasn't originally on the project. I heard the beat. Ron posted the beat, and I was like, "Yo, I need that beat." And so
you already had the song already? Yes.
As soon as I heard it, I was like, "I already know what to do with it." And so the song Hip Hop wasn't originally a part of the project, but it became a part of the project. So for that video, I got a video concept I want to shoot for that video too. But the coldest line in that whole video or in the song is it's like the 3rd bar in. I was like, Reddy Ron, hold my chrome, I'm letting it go from US to Japan, Tokyo. And so, like, in the video, the whole idea behind it is I want to be on the street, I'm rapping my bars, and as soon as I'm rapping my bars, Reddy Ron will be like standing on the street corner. I walk up, I literally hand him my chrome, and then I just keep going and I keep rapping the bars as I'm, you know, as I'm telling the story. But have it all be like a one-shot take where, like, you see him, like, you see me rapping, and all of a sudden I walk around the corner, Reddy Ron, I'm like, here, hold it. He holds my chrome, and I just keep going and telling the whole story. Like, I got this visual for it. I'm like, yeah, man, I can't wait to put that down. But Hip Hop will be the 4th.
That's on it, right?
Yeah, the song Hip Hop's on here.
Yeah, I'm definitely want to hear that. But hold on, I got a question, especially since I got both of you MCs here. Because this is how do you pick when you pick your beats? Do you have producers send you beats, or do you go through a library of songs? How do you pick the beats? Both of you guys, I want you guys to answer this. How do you pick the beats and know that's the beat that you want? And then how do you pick them? There's millions of beats out here.
Yeah.
How do you know that's your beat? That's the one you want. I mean,
how do you talk to you?
Yeah. I mean,
so do you go like to a place? Is there a place you go, or do people like, hey, this beat sounds like this goes with you, or this one goes with you?
Both.
Oh.
A lot of times, like, producers will post the beats and I'll say, hey, I want this one, or I'll go through their catalog and I'll find ones that I want. So that's even how this first. So first off, when I first teamed up with Ron as a producer, I only had 2 songs with him, and then I got to the third one, and by the time I got to the third song, I was like, you know what? Why drop 3 individual singles by Ready Ron? I need to start focusing on putting it together as a project. So I called Ready Ron and was like, hey man, like we're at 3 songs right now. It would be a disservice to release these as singles because we're both better than that. Like we need to team up now and create an album that will be a classic project.
Right.
So
that's dope though. So
he was like, yo, I'm feeling that. And so we literally sat down, went through the catalog. I was like, I need this one, this one, this one, this one. And I already had, like, as soon as I would hear him, I already have a concept. So I write down my concept. Okay, I want to talk about my sign, my hieroglyphics. Boom, I wrote that down. The hip hop song. As soon as I heard the beat, I was like, this kind of reminds me of like a Master Ace type of a vibe. And so like when I heard the beat, I was like, well, I can't come off like a normal Sos because normal Sos is a little bit more aggressive, right? Like wordplay, things like that. So I was like, based off of this beat and having that kind of Master Ace vibe, I need to kind of sit back on it.
I noticed that.
When I listened to it, I was like, okay, I can't go off super hard like I did on Cryptic. So I was like, okay, I need a different approach. How can I make this song great? And that's when I was like, you know what? Based off of the melodic flow of the beat, that's how I came up with like, yo, I'm doing this one for the culture. This one's called hip hop. And so that's how the concept
goes out. That's how it starts.
Yeah. So that's how the song came about, and that's why I had to add it to the project because I was like, the project was already solid, but when I heard that beat and was like, yo, the concept is hip hop. How better of a project can you have when you got an East Coast boom bap original pioneer classic album like a DJ Premier type produced project? You can't have the project without something talking about the culture.
Right.
So wait a minute. That song was added at the end?
Hip hop was the last song.
Because first of all, I mean, they don't know the album yet. Right. They don't know what it is. They don't know how chronologically. Is that chronologically how you're gonna place the album in order when you sell it?
No.
Is it gonna be in that order?
No. So this is the album order, but hip hop is the 4th track on the project.
It will be the 4th one.
It's
the last one that you got, but you placed it 4th on here.
Yeah.
Because this is very. I mean, I don't want to give them all that. I don't want to give them everything. But I've heard it in full all the way through.
Right.
And it's kind of. You got it in there for a reason. Every song is there for a reason.
The placement, yeah.
Right. And the fact that you heard a song last, it's like, wait a minute, I gotta put this in here.
Yeah.
I gotta put this right here. That's the point I wanted to make, man. Can't wait till you guys hear the whole album. Where's the camera at? Can't wait till they hear the whole album, man. It is crazy, crazy dope. If you like bars, good for you. Ladies, you like cuts like that, it's good for you.
Right.
And if you like to just ride and drive, it's really, really good for you. Facts.
Yeah.
Hip hop, brother.
Yep.
Hip hop, brother.
Run it. Here we go.
We gotta give some more, man.
Run it.
Check this out.
Hip hop.
What?
Ready, run.
Ready, run. It's crazy.
Vicious with my mic, out of spite, can't be blanked. I'm turning back the clock to when the time was live. My ghetto blast to the show. Built different with the flow. This track ain't for opposition. Ready, run. Hold my crown. I'm letting it go. US to Japan, Tokyo. If you ain't heard the record, then it didn't snatch your dome. Either way, I ain't tripping. I'm just keeping it hot. Turn it up a notch when I be chopping it up. I bear it down for the culture.
All right, we know we do that right now.
Chopping it up, baby. I told you once before, I'ma do it again. Let the world spin around. DJs let my record spin.
Right.
I do this for hip hop. I'll never stop. I'm in the country and I'm blazing up the spot.
Yeah.
You hot, you know you hot. Just checking room and board. Treat music like it's room service. Deliver the flow.
Oh, good Lord. Talk to me. I'm a B-boy, man.
He's running it.
I'm a B-boy, bro.
He's running it.
I'm a B-boy, bro. That's for me right there.
Yeah.
Thank you, King.
Yeah.
Oh. Talk for me.
Yeah.
Boy.
That's my spinach right there. Yes. Feeling every single bar.
Yeah.
Every one. Oh, that's all self-explanatory. Y'all gotta listen to that.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. Fuego.
Yes.
Fuego.
Yeah. That's dope.
Salute, man.
You know what's crazy too? It's kind of an interesting story. So, so hip hop. What's crazy about this song was like I said, it was the last song that I heard that I ended up putting on this project. But what was crazy about the song is I had some family in town, family in town from Canada, and they were like, "Hey, we just want to go out to U Village," and I hadn't been there years, so I was like, "Okay, that's cool, whatever." Jay Bandit, who's my lead guitarist on all of my projects, he was in town. Yeah, shout out Jay Bandit, man. He's white, but he's my nigga.
Yeah.
Bless Jay.
Shout out to Jay, man.
Hey, Jay, yeah, you know what's good, my nigga.
Shout out to
You know what I'm
Jay.
saying? But yeah, like, so Jay was in town. We was working on some project, like finishing up some tracks on different projects. We're out in the U Village. I happen to be, I don't really be on social media because I'm always like running around doing things, whatever. So what ended up happening was I happened to log in and Ready Ron Beats was like one of the first things that pops up in my feed. That's when I heard the hip hop song. So I called him instantly and was like, "Yo, Ron, I need that, whatever that beat was that you just sent, like you just posted, I need that." He's like, "Hold on a second." He's like, "Check your phone." Boom. The beat was already in my email all within like 5 minutes.
That's a blessing.
Hip hop actually was written all within like a 1 hour time frame from the time Ron sent me the beat. I already had all of the lyrics written for it within an hour. Came back to the studio, had it recorded,
dropped it
within.
That what we already did.
What you're hearing right there. Yeah. So literally, I was walking around U Village, while the family was, kicking it, shopping. Jay's doing his thing, and I wrote the entire song like within a 1 hour time frame, and
it's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing. That is dope. That's rewindable dope.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll play.
From the beginning though, bro. Yeah. Hey, let this ride. Yeah. I'm gonna ride over this one.
Ready, Ron Beats. I'm vicious with my mic, out of spite, can't be biked. I'm turning back the clock to when the time was live. I get a blast to the show. Built different with the flow. This track ain't for opposition. Ready, Ron, hold my crow. I'm letting it go. US to Japan, Tokyo. If you ain't heard the record, then it didn't snatch your dome. Either way, I ain't tripping. I'm just keeping it hot. Turn it up a notch when I be chopping it up. I bury down for the
facts.
with the I stay on old business. You out of pocket, I'm okay. I told you once before, I'ma do it again. Got the world spinning around. DJs let my record spin. I'm in the city. Needed for hip hop, I'll never stop. I'm in the back country and I'm blazing up the spot. And when you high, you know you just checking room and board. Treat music like it's room service. Deliver the flow. Let's go.
I'm in the back country. There's a whole bunch of them in there. Every song will take me an hour.
While they flex and they work, got no time for paparazzi, can't stand a circus show.
That bar right there.
Killing it.
If you killing in my way, I'ma put the smoke out. I'm Ice Cube up in this bitch, make you melt and bow down. Here's a penny for your thoughts. Stay away from silly clowns. If you trying to give me the thing going so say if the record going gold, then I'm platinum with the diamonds. Don't compare me to the amateur folks. I stay 10 toes. I'm the best pound for pound and I'm dropping them clothes. I'm doctoring MCs for their stitches. Better sit your ass down. Tighten up your bridges. This one for the record books. I'm fly as a pigeon. I regulate on anything moving. All oranges.
Did you say tighten up your bridges?
I'm fly as a pigeon.
Hey, but see,
hold up.
Hey, no, hold on. Y'all gotta hear this. So check this out. I got my man Gator sitting right here.
Yeah.
Right? Check this out. I was talking about his song in the verse, and he didn't even catch it.
I didn't even catch it.
I said, first off, I was like, I can't stand the circus show.
Yeah.
And then to make sure, I put it in there.
Yeah.
I even talked about it a second time, and I said I gotta stay away from all the silly clowns.
Yeah.
So the clown at the circus was talking about Gators.
That's a triple interpretation.
Yeah.
I'll run it back.
Oh man.
Oh, king.
See?
While they flex and they jerk, got no time for paparazzi, can't stand a circus. Wrecking havoc in my own right, I'm vaccine for the show. Listen, either you in or not, without a doubt. If you stepping in my way, I'ma put the smolder out. I'm Ice Cube up in this bitch, make you melt and bow down. Here's a penny for your thighs, stay away from silly clowns.
Yeah.
Say your damn, if your record going gold, then I'm platinum with the diamonds. Don't compare me to the amateur.
Ice Cube,
best pound for pound,
the diamonds.
dropping them blows. If you
Control that like that.
MCs for they stitches. If you stepping in my way, I'ma put the smolder out. I'm Ice Cube up in this bitch, make you melt and bow down. Here's a penny for your thighs, stay away from silly clowns. If you tryna give me the sink or swim, it's a your damn. If your record going gold, then I'm platinum with the diamonds. Don't compare me to the amateur folks. I stand 10 toes, I'm the best pound for pound, and I'm dropping them blows. If you rich, I'm out there MCs for they stitches. Better sit your ass down or tighten up your bridges. This one for the record books, I'm flyers.
This is the one, bro. Now you see what I'm saying? Okay, we bringing this in. Wait a minute. Now, is that for the champ? Is this song for the champ? Does the champ walk in on this one, bro? You hear that boxing stuff that you just said in there, bro?
Yeah.
10 toes down.
Yeah.
I'm the best pound for pound.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
I said with double in time.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Right.
that's it, smoke.
Right.
So
that's dope,
that's
bro.
it, smoke.
That was a doper, bro.
Yeah.
And hey,
Lyrically.
Hey, but see what y'all gotta understand is like I don't bow down to like what the masses is doing just because artists are saying this or saying that. Like
right.
I'm always gonna be me. I'm never gonna change. You're never gonna persuade me to be something that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, that's why I say like I'm the best pound for pound because I'm one of the truest to ever do this, from being a DJ and MC, working on my lyrical craft, being able to shoot my own videos, you know what I'm saying, being able to start it from beginning to end.
Independent.
Check my resume.
Yeah.
Right. Check my hieroglyphics.
That sheet
You know what I'm
is
saying?
filled.
So like this ties back to the other song, Hieroglyphics, because
That
I'm saying like you gotta know who I am, where I came from, how did I get to this point in my career. But also with that being said, it's not just about me. You see I'm repping Seattle, I'm repping New York, I'm repping Vancouver. You know what I'm saying? I just rap Gator. I'm repping Gator's song in my song because I'm trying to get y'all to tap in and see.
Hip hop, bro. You rap hip hop.
Gator got a dope ass song with Circus out. Y'all gotta check that shit out, bro. You think my shit's deep? Gator's just as deep. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm making references to his music, so y'all be like, "Yo, hold on, Sos was talking about Gator. What? Let's go check out Circus. Oh shit, that's the shit too, bro.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Shout
Like,
out to you, Sos.
like,
bars are bars.
you know what I'm saying? So like,
Facts.
so that's why for me it was like, you know, but they also have to understand, like, when they hear your song and then they hear the reference in my song, they're like, oh, bro, you covered.
Yeah, he killed it.
That was a bar.
He killed it. He killed it. He killed it.
Rewinding 5 just more than 5. Shout out to my man Loaded.
So
Easy.
for sake of time, let's pick one more.
The last one. You said that last one.
War?
Yeah.
Or hip hop?
No, you said war.
War?
There was something about war. I didn't want to say that in the order. Damn.
Okay.
But
so,
yeah.
War is a really crazy record. We might not have enough time on this episode to really talk about it, but we'll start the conversation.
Now we're gonna have to do this whole thing kind of again.
Yeah.
Let people see this so they can kind of get into it, and then we can really break them down a little bit more, a little bit.
Yeah. War.
This is like the first listen.
War is a very deep record, and honestly, I don't think the world is ready for this record. But I'm releasing it because if I don't release it, they'll never get the opportunity to be ready for the record.
Right.
War is so deep that I had to create the visual for it to give people a starting point to understand what the record was talking about. War. So you'll see it. The video War is about to drop as well when the album drops, but the concept behind the video is it's showing black individuals moving through time and space, and their interactions with police. And so when you see it,
interesting.
When you see the visual for it, the visual basically sets up this perception that it's policed against black people.
Okay.
So the easy understanding of war in this song is that's what I wanted people to see, so they had something to relate to.
Okay.
But that visual is not what the song is actually about. When you watch the video War, you have to understand who the police are. I'll let you figure that out for yourself. The other aspect of it is, in the video, there's people that are in color, and then there's people that are in black and white. The people that are in black and white are actually dead people. But you're seeing them move as though they were alive. What that is telling you is that the people that are black and white are people who have passed, but they shouldn't have passed. They passed before their time. They passed because somebody murdered them. And their soul is still trying to speak to us, and they've not been allowed to cross over to the other side correctly in the timely manner that they should have. So what you're seeing is, you're seeing the people in real time that are in color moving through life, dealing with the police, but you're also seeing the people who are dead that haven't passed over, that is still trying to talk to us to get us to make changes in our lives. Hey, Shigg, you need to change this. Hey, Gator, you need to change this. Hey, Sos, you need to change this. And so when you see it, you're like, you see the black and white, but you don't understand it. And that's why I'm saying this record is so deep. If I don't talk about it and tell you what's really going on, you'll never catch it. You need to understand and figure out who those police are. Because when you figure out who those people are, your perception of war changes immensely.
Yeah.
Like, this record is so deep.
They'll catch what you're saying.
No, they probably won't. But it's at least a starting point. Yeah. But if you as a listener can figure out who the police are, I promise you will appreciate my music on a very different level for the rest of your life.
For the rest of your
because war, like, it's deep, bro. Like, it's so deep. Like, we've lost hip hop artists because of what I'm speaking about in war. If you guys know who Mobb Deep is, and you know who Havoc and Prodigy is, then you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna leave it up to you to figure it out. But if you start to tap into really what I'm saying on record, there's no way on earth that you can't say Sos Dior is not one of your top 10 rappers, because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be a top 10 rapper. I don't really care about that. But you have to have that conversation and being like, yo, look what he stands for. Look what he's trying to do with his music and how he's trying to give you those subtle little things to look for and to listen for.
Rappers ain't gonna do that. You may be a top 10 MC.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll just give you what you want to hear to make you feel good.
You know, you're a rapper, my goodness, bro. You can out-rap a rap.
Hey, I appreciate what you said about that too. Like, he's mentioned some top he's mentioned some top rappers' names right now that he's like, yo, bro, they couldn't touch you.
Oh no,
and I appreciate that, you know. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, man, like, my music is so deep, bro. You can't listen to it one time and think you got it, because
this is a perfect example of your wordplay making. How you're taking. See, a lot of people can take words and make them entendres.
Right.
You're taking scenes. You want to the whole scene's the entendre.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to figure it out.
Right.
Yeah.
You finish the story for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And War, like, man, the concept.
That is dope in itself, ain't it?
That's too dope, man.
War is such a deep record, man. Like, I mean, we could do a whole episode on just War by itself, but
we need to. That is something that we need to. I mean, because that is something that is almost an inspirational thing. Yeah. That needs to be brought out. Yeah, that is something that we need to do that on a whole other, show about something like that, man.
Right.
And that is something. Yeah, that is.
And that's what Chopping Up is about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really, it is Black History Month coming up, man. So that'll be very something that can go into Black History Month.
Right.
Yeah. It's a beautiful song.
I mean, War is by far one of my. I mean, I have a lot of songs that are favorites for different reasons, but War is just one of those records where it's like, politically it stands for something. You know, it talks about, you know, the crime against blacks, just the symbolism of who's in the video. Like, there's so many different ways you can look at it. Like
videos.
Yes.
Concept of the videos as far as direction. I know what it takes. I mean, we know what it takes to make a video. You gotta have cinematographer, somebody to write, direct, lighting, all these different people, edit, sound engineers, all these people. Who does all your videos?
I do.
He does.
I shoot all my videos. I direct all my
In-house.
videos. I pick out all of the costume attire for to make the
really?
scene.
All the texture, the background,
Yeah.
all the
Everything is there was nothing by mistake. Like it when you see my videos, they were intended to be that way.
Yeah.
Nothing is taken for granted. If I have to spend $2,000 on just getting the right attire for the video, then I will do it before I ever put the video out.
Make sure you got the money.
What sets your style of video apart from the trends that are going on and that you see in regular hip hop videos? Like,
you won't find me running around with guns in my videos or things like that. The only video that even has a gun in it was War, but that was because I was trying to paint the picture.
Right.
But you'll never see me with AKs in my videos. You won't see me with shotguns and all the craziness because ultimately I don't promote that.
I've never heard you rap about any of that though.
I mean, I do. Like I said, you know, artesian with the shotty. You know, so like I talk about it, I'll make references to it, but my references are so visual that
the angles are different.
You don't use them at that. Like I don't need to have a gun in my video to make the video hot. Right. I don't need to showcase, like, you know, I have a couple of songs where, like, you know, I have money in the video, but that was more for just like an aesthetic. But you won't catch me doing that because honestly, like, I want my videos to be timeless where you could watch it today, you could watch it a year from now, and you still feel that classic, timeless, you know, feel to it. So you're not gonna see me with like all the crazy like visual effects because to me, like, if your song is dope, if your lyrics are dope, if the vibe is dope, I don't need the effects to make my song pop. Like, the visual is the icing on the cake.
Right.
Whereas to me, a lot of artists, when they do their videos, they're putting so many effects that you get caught up in the effect, like, oh, he made him transition and there's 4 of them right now. And like, you're so focused on the effect that they use, you're not listening to the lyrics, you're not feeling the vibe of the song because all you're focused on is, oh, he put fire on that. Oh, that was a cool effect. And your brain transitions to what was the effect as opposed to what is he actually saying. If to me as a director shooting videos, when you have all those different effects in your video, you're actually taking away from your artistry because the artistry should be what you're saying on your record and getting people to listen and pay attention to what you're saying as opposed to what you're doing or looking at. And so for me, my visuals have to enhance what I'm saying, but not take away from it. And that's
interesting because you, as an art,
that to me that is the key.
You're able to combine. I mean, when do you stop? Okay, I did the music, got the track already, it's already done, mixed, mastered, everything. Okay, now I'm the video creator. I have to come up with this, I need this, I need this.
To me, writing the song, producing a song.
Do any of them ever clash? Have you ever done like one really good and you're like, oh man, this is not working, I gotta throw this, it's not gonna work? Have you ever had an issue to where like, hey, I did a video for this song
one time.
And it just didn't...
I have a song called Say What, it's on my West Coastin' project, but I didn't really have...
I mean, hold on. Of course, you're gonna edit all this stuff out, though. You're not gonna put this.
Oh no, we keeping everything.
Oh,
but no,
that was a bad question.
No. It's not, no, like
that's a terrible question, bro.
No, that was a great question because people get this impression that like everything is great, and what they need to understand is sometimes it's not. And like I said, if I do something and I don't feel it's great, I won't release it. So there is one song I have. The song's called Say What. It's off the West Coastin' project. A lot of people like it. What's crazy to me is I was DJing someplace and I just wanted to hear how it sounded over the live speakers. So I happened to play it. Well, Mac Ball, shout out Mac Ball out of the Bay.
Oh yes.
He was in the building. Him and his girl heard the song and they was like, yo, this shit's hot. they didn't know that was my song, but their reaction to the song was like, yo, this shit's hot.
Right.
And so that's when I was like, okay, they're feeling it. That was the only song on the project I didn't shoot a video for. So then I was like, okay, well, they're feeling this. I need to shoot a video for it. And so I was like, okay. So I got halfway into shooting it. I did 2 different locations. Got the working on the edit and was like, it's not it. It's not
it's not serving it justice.
No, like it didn't make it better. Like if you're gonna make a video for a song, it has to enhance the music production and make it better.
You should look in the camera and say that for the people, man.
If you make a video, it has to enhance your song, not be subpar or just okay. Because ultimately it takes away from what you're doing. So you need a video director who can bring the music component to life to mirror what the song should be, and it has to be something that is
important,
something that people will want to see over and over again. If you're working with a director who only makes your song, hot for 3 minutes and then people watch it once, well, what good did that do?
It's not
that doesn't serve the purpose. If you're gonna have a video, your video needs to be something that stands the test of time and is just as hot as the music, to where you can watch it over and over and over and over and not get tired of it. That's why you don't want to have all the visual effects in your song, because when a person sees the visual effects once and they're all super crazy, cool. But once you've seen it, you don't want to watch that again, because it takes away from the classic, timeless component to the music.
I got so many questions to ask you on this level, man. Have you ever done a project with someone, or especially being a videographer or an editor, the person that's in charge of visuals, and the artist doesn't expect or doesn't get what he expects, or doesn't pay and doesn't know how much time? First of all, can you tell the people how much time it takes for you to just do an average editing all together, from filming, editing, put it all the way out? Tell them how much time it takes you.
Honestly, for me, the average edit time on a music video is probably 15 to 20 hours.
That's after all the filming, though,
that's
correct?
After all the filming is done.
We're not even counting all the filming that's being taking place. This is after you get all the film.
After I get all the film, editing time is typically 15 to 20 hours per song. I have a song called Antisocial that was about 36 hours of edit time. But when you see the video, you'll know why. The video's dope.
Tell them what conductive edit time. Tell them how you have to match the music along with. It's an incredible process. It's a process. Very, very hard. It's a very microscopic digital. Where you gotta put things in there. And to make, shout out to you, brother, on that, man. That's
to make the visual match and mirror the music, that's extremely hard. It takes time. You have to develop that skill set, and then be able to carry it out. It's one thing to have the vision of it, but to be able to carry it out and make it what you wanted it to be, those are things that, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, for me, the Say What video, I wasn't feeling it, was like, I'm not going to release it. So, so it's still in the back burner whether or not I shoot the video, but ultimately it didn't come out great, and I won't release it just to release it. You know what I'm saying? That was Sos. So if I create the video for it,
it's gonna fix. You put this hieroglyphics on that. Easy, my man. Hey, Brad, we gotta definitely break down this album, though.
Yeah. So with that being said, we're out of time for this episode, but we will come back.
We got a part 2,
and we will bring her.
Can we go out? Can we listen to War on the way out? And we can break that. We can break that down on the next one, man. Break down the album like we supposed to. There you go. Yeah. Chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Chopping it up.
Greatest trick they ever pulled was that he didn't exist. That $20 sack you smoking used to hit dip. There There ain't no love in streets no more. Oh, how I bitch. Why I still got these clown ass niggas all in my mix. Never shown another human the hate I've been shown. I'ma die in the industry. Rap pops is gone. Never got the BMX. It just is what it is. Coughed up a lung and a half trying to make this hit. My phone done been cut off. The lights been cut off. This top ramen's killing my shit. Call it a burnout. The dollar store cookouts been killing my arteries. All I hear in my hood is carbon text and 9 million. If you can't read between the lines, there ain't no sunshine. All I see is the dirt you niggas leaving behind. Throw caution to the wind, my eyes squint Orient. As I'm loading up these clips, I'm preparing for war. I grew up in the game and now life is on. Never switched on the kin, no ride-alongs. Mama knew what she was saying when she built that home. I'ma take it to the streets this war. I'ma take it to the streets this war. Yeah, I'ma take it to the streets this war. If you confuse what I'm saying, best play my record back. 87 Honda Accord, we'll take cassettes that slap. I was riding down the highway, don't remember where I'm at, when Mr. Officer pulled me over and said I look black. He said, excuse me son, what you do in these parts? This here ain't for your kind to know, I'm afraid not. I'ma cite you a ticket, best tell you relatives. If you want out of this ticket, well you can suck mine. Suck my what? Is I tripping? Or did he really say that to me? I'm about to play 9 rounds in this motherfucking dummy. I ain't the one to let it go as I plot in my seat. When time turned Harry Potter and started rewinding, I will never forget that white cop's ugly face, immortalized by the damage that cop did that day. I got the good book in one hand, a gun in the other hand. Today, either way, said I'm standing for war. I grew up in the game and now life is on. Never switched on the kin, no ride-alongs. Mama knew what she was saying when she built that home. I'ma take it to the streets this war. This is war, my niggas. Yeah, I'ma take it to the streets this war. This is war. Yeah, I'ma take it to the streets this war. This war.
We be going overtime. We be going overtime. Take it, limits. We be going overtime.